right after we leave. I'm going to leave is because
okay.
That's about to come over here. So.
Okay, no problem. Because we're done with class time. We're just doing homework now. So I will post it on Canvas. I try to post it. We're estimating our problems. Here's the example. 78.74 divided by 42. So 78.74 divided by 42, we're going to estimate it by rounding. I'm going to round 78.74 to 80. And I'm going to round 42 to 40. And 80 divided by 40 is a much easier problem, right? 8 divided by 4 is 2. So if I get rid of zeros on both sides, I don't put any zeros back in my answer. It's just 2. So 78.74 divided by 42 is about 2. All right, my next problem, I'm going to say 32.17 divided by 7. So I'm going to say 28 is probably a close one for 7. But I also know that 32 times, right, I'd go 28 divided by 7. That's close, right? That would work, and it would be a good guess. But how about if we do 32 divided by 8? Because I know 32 divided by 8 is a math problem. That's easy to divide. What's 8 times what equals 32?
4.
4, right? 4 times 8 is 32, so 32 divided by 8 is 4. I'm going to go over to this one. It says $175.32 divided by 3. Well, so this gets kind of hard, but I know my 3's. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. Ooh, and I know 175 is close to $180. So I'm going to do 180 divided by 3. Right? I just counted up how many 3's I need to get 18. So I could do the same thing. I'm going to get rid of 1 0 here. So my answer, I'll put the 0 back. If I get rid of zeros on the both side, I don't put it back. But since I got rid of 1 0, I'm going to put it back in my answer when I'm finished. 18 divided by 3, right? I'll just count by 3's. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. So my answer is 6. And because I had a 0 in my problem, I put my 0 back in my answer. All right. 21.9 divided by 3. Well, I know 21 divided by 3 is 7. So I'm going to use that fact to estimate. 21 divided by 3. And my next one, 36.3 divided by 6. Well, 36.3, I don't even have to estimate too much here. This is kind of easy one because I know my double. 6 times 6 is 36. So I'm going to change my 36.3 into 36, divide by 6, and my answer is going to be 6. 6 times 6 is 36. Down here,
teacher, 21 divided by 3 equals 3?
Oh my goodness, thank you. 7. Right? Thank you so much. I was talking and I missed it. 21 divided by 3 is 7. Thank you. 3 times 7 is 21. Thanks for correcting me. All right, so thanks for noticing. Okay, you got to go with your babysitter, then you can go. And is Annalie still here? She is. Annalie, Jessica said to make sure that I wish you a happy birthday from her because she didn't get to talk to you. So she said, please make sure to wish Annalie a happy birthday from me. All right, so here's my next one. 17.5 divided by 5. I'm going to say 17.5 is close to 20.
It's hard to see.
It's to the left. Thank you. It's also close to 15, right? I could do 15 divided by 5 or 20 divided by 5. Either one would work because I'm estimating. And 20 divided by 5, I know 5 times 4 is 20, so 20 divided by 5 is 4. And one last one on this page. Something divided by 2. I think 100...
teacher, I think you got it wrong again. The number 4.
I did?
6 times 6 is... Hold on. Oh, never mind.
I did it right. And this one I know 6 times 5 is equal to 30. So if you add one more 6, you'd have 6 times 6. Right? That's how I do 6. It makes it just quicker. Alright, so here 120 divided by 2. I'm going to just take my 120. I'm going to get rid of the 0.6 and do 120 divided by 2. I'm going to get rid of my 0 here so I can divide, but I'll put it back in my answer. 12 divided by 2 is 6.
6.
So I have my answer is 6D because it's 120 divided by 2 is 60. Alright, and I'm going on to the back. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Is this where you had problems, Brian, on the back? Is he still here? Maybe he's...
Yeah.
Yeah, this is where you had the problem on the back. Okay. So, on to the back. The information in the table can be used to determine the density of each object. So how much it weighs. Density describes how tightly the particles in an object are packed together. Right? When there's a lot of stuff packed together, it gets heavier. When it's not a lot of stuff packed together, it's lighter. You can find density by dividing an object's mass by its volume. So how much it weighs by how much it takes up space. So here's 3 things. Aluminum. I don't know if you guys have ever had aluminum foil. We do aluminum foil when I'm cooking stuff. My next one I'm looking on my chart is gold. Right? I know you guys know what gold is, right? I do money out of it. I make things out of it. I make necklaces, jewelry, all kinds of stuff out of gold. My last one is mercury, which you might not know as much, but it's the metal I use to measure temperature. So these are my 3 metals. This is how much they weigh, 13.5 grams, 56.7 grams, 121.5 grams. And this is how much space they take up. This one takes up 5 centimeters cubed, if it has a 3 there, 3 centimeters cubed and 9 centimeters cubed. So we need to estimate the density of aluminum. They already told me here that I find my density by dividing the mass by the volume. So I'm going to look at aluminum. There's its mass, 13.5. Its volume is 5. So I'm going to take 13.5 divided by 5. But I'm doing an estimate, right? It says estimate. So I'm going to say 13.5 is close to 15 divided by 5. And what's 15 divided by 5? So 15 divided by 5 is 3. I know these problems are a little tricky. And this is how I'm going to write it. When I multiply, I multiply...
I was muted, but I said 15 divided by 5 is
3. Nice. So I'm dividing my grams by my centimeters cubed. So my answer, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm dividing, I have 3 grams divided by my centimeters cubed. That's my answer. So it says, is the density of gold greater than the density of mercury? So I'm going to see, I'd have to find my density of gold and mercury. I didn't. I just found aluminum so far. So they want me to find gold and mercury also. So I'm going to put my density right here. I'll make another part on my chart. Sorry, I'm hanging off the edge there. So here's my density. So my density here for aluminum was 3. And I'm just estimating, right? 3 grams by centimeters cubed. I'm going to take 56 divided by 3. I'm going to say that's almost 60 divided by 3. So that's going to make this 20 grams centimeters cubed. And 121 divided by 9. So I'm going to say 120 divided by 10, which would be 12. Right, I'm just making my problems easier. So now I know the density. Is the density of gold greater than the density of mercury? So I look over here. 20 for gold, 12 for mercury. So I'm going to say yes. And my answer, I'm going to say, because why can I explain it? I'm going to say 20 is greater than 12. And that's my answer. Right? They told you a lot in the problem here, in this example. They told you a lot of information. Now my next problem, 9. Right? 7 through 9, problem 7 through 9, I looked at this chart and this little story here. The density of gold is about how many times greater than the density of aluminum? So, to find out how much greater, I'm going to find out, let's see. We'll divide it. I'm going to say the density of gold is 20, and I'm going to divide it by the density of aluminum to see how they compare to each other. So I'm going to divide by my aluminum is 3. So 20 divided by 3 is about 21 divided by 3, which makes it an easier problem, right? I know 21 divided by 3 is 7. So if I compare my gold to aluminum, gold is 20. Aluminum is 3. So 21 divided by 3 is 7. So that means that I can tell which one's smaller, right? Aluminum is smaller. So gold is 7 times denser. Right? I'm measuring my density. I'm going to say gold is 7 times denser. I'm sure that everyone else skipped that problem. And maybe I should have skipped it because it's a real tricky one. But hopefully you guys see it a little bit and it helps. Alright, Harry's mother makes cakes for a local restaurant. She buys flour and sugar in large amounts. She has 157.86 pounds of flour and 82.69 pounds of sugar. If she uses 15 pounds of flour and 8 pounds of sugar each day for about how many days will the flour last? So, I'm going to say that she uses 15 pounds a day of flour and 8 pounds of sugar a day. Oh, and I got to go back and read my problem. It says, if she uses 15 pounds of flour and 8 pounds of sugar each day for about how many days will the flour last? They're only asking me about the flour. I was going to do both, but they're just asking me about the flour. Yes, question?
It's 11 o'clock.
I know. I'm just going over homework. If you need to go, you can go. I'm recording it too, so you can watch it online later.
Just say.
Okay. Okay. Thank you for letting me know, though. So I need to just find out flour. They're telling me sugar, but I don't need to know sugar. I need to know flour. So I know how much flour they had. 157.86, and I'm going to divide it up by how much flour they use each day. She uses 15 pounds of flour each day. That's a lot of flour. So how much will she have, how many days will she be able to have her flour for? So here's my unknown. I'm going to do my estimate though. I'm going to say 157.86 is close to 150. I'm going to divide that up by the 15 pounds she uses each day of flour. And I know 15 divided by 15 is 1. But I have 150 divided by 15. So I'm going to put my 1 and put my 0 at the end, because 10. Because when I do my, I can double check, right? Is 15 times 10 equals 150. Alright, I'm almost finished. Sorry. Write a division problem involving the division of a decimal by a whole number with an estimated quotient of 7. So So I have to divide by a whole number, and my estimated answer is going to be 7. So I have to think of two numbers. Something is about 7. So how about I'll just use my 9 fact. I know 9 times 7 is 63, right? 9 times 7 is 63. So I'll use my 63, and I'm going to divide it by 9 to get 7. But my 9 is my whole number. They wanted me to divide by a decimal. So how about I'll just do 63.1. Now it's a decimal. So 63.1 divided by 9 is about 7. My last problem. Kendall measured the rainfall in her area for a year. Her readings totaled 34.56 inches. Which is the best estimate of rainfall? Best estimate of the average rainfall per month. So she recorded how much rain she saw in a year. And I want to know how much per month. So I was going to have to take 34.56 and divide it by the number of months. Anybody know the number of months? 12. Nice. So I'm going to divide it by 12. So now I need a nice number close that's divisible by 12. I'm going to try for 36. I know 12 plus 12 plus 12 is 36. I'm going to take 36 divided by 12 is 3. And here's my answer. About 3 inches per month. And we're done with homework.